Hey y'all, come on in. How y'all doing? Take me through. Oh, my body hurt. I'm gonna see if this works. I don't know. I've never done it this way before, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna add some salt in here. And I'm gonna get started on trying to do this. I wanted to set up. I think I want to go back. I need to get everything I'm gonna make. Come on in. I'm gonna see if they open me up. I should have added both of them, but how y'all doing? Come on in here. We getting ready to get started. I seen something. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give time for y'all to come in before I add my other page. Okay, come on in. How y'all doing? I think I'm gonna add my other stuff. We're gonna talk just briefly before I start cooking. I'm gonna be getting the rest of the stuff out to cook. I need a little flour, an egg, a little cornmeal. I got my salmon. I'm gonna put some rice on. I'm gonna make some homemade biscuits. I was gonna go out to the store, but I said my knees and my body hurt because it's raining. I'm thriving. And so I'm using this island as a walker, kind of, so to speak. I'm holding on to it. So I won't be on here too much longer. You know, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't have the patience today. Because once I cook, I want it to be able to be seen. And if they ain't going to open me up, I might as well go where I can get opened up. And it's important when you trying to run your business, right? So I'm going to make salmon croquette. I'm going to make rice, biscuits, and I'm going to do probably some eggs with cheese. And see, here's the thing. It's like eating breakfast. It's a little early, but I can put some bacon on for my husband because he don't eat salmon. But me and Avery, we do. So that's what I plan on doing. Salmon, rice, biscuits, and then I can either do him some bacon. He'll eat the rice and the biscuits and the eggs, right? You might say it's early, but by the time I get going good and do my talk over here, I keep feeling like I can't find my medicine. And I know I put it in my bra. I know I did. Honey, these things so big. Yeah, it's in there. It's just not all together. I like to keep it where I can feel it together. Listen, we got so much to talk about. Did y'all know that I think it's 3 people, 2 or 3 people are from Georgia. I shared the video. They got them isolated with the Hana, and now it's the Andes that's attached to this hantavirus. It's the antivirus, which means the Andes is contact, human to human, just like we couldn't be around each other when we had the pandemic. It's the same thing that's going on. I'm gonna set my stuff up, get my flour, get my cornmeal, get my egg, get my rice, get an onion. I don't like onion. Let me ask y'all something. I'm gonna do a new way of cooking my salmon, right? I saw an old lady, I don't know her name, but she mashed up a potato and she put it in her salmon. I thought about what she did a combination of a starch, something to keep it. The old way, they would take a potato if they didn't have an egg or something to bind the salmon, right? Because that's a starch, right? Think about it. Salmon croquettes. Think about it. Fried potatoes. When we grew up, my mama would take the old mashed potatoes we had left. She bust the egg in it. She put her salt and pepper in it. And she put her little flour. And she would make what? Patties, right? So I said, I want to see. I've never made my salmon with a mashed potato. She said, boil 1 potato and mash it real good. Set it off to the side. Put your salt and pepper on it. She said all she uses salt and pepper. And after that, she incorporated it into her salmon. She didn't use no liquid from the salmon. And see, I use the liquid so mine don't be dry. I don't like no dry salmon. So then she, instead of incorporating the cornmeal and the flour into the salmon, she mixed her cornmeal and flour and pressed it into it as a coat covering. It wasn't good, Tanya. See, that's what I don't want to do, because this can of salmon now is almost $5. Now, we got a lot to talk about today. A lot. There's a lot going on. And I'm worried for people that's in Delaware, that's in New York, that's in Maryland, that's in Washington, D.C., that's in Virginia, the DMV. I am really worried about y'all. And I pray that y'all are okay. I don't know if it's good. I'm going to try it, but I'm going to probably alternate some stuff. Like, I don't like onion in my salmon. I wasn't raised with it in there. And if I did do it, I would saute it. And I don't want no bell peppers in my salmon. And I like a little Old Bay in my seasoning in mine. I understand her being older. She just used salt and pepper because back then that's all you had. But did y'all realize what's going on? Do y'all know if you live in New York, if you live in Delaware, if you live in Virginia, if you live in Maryland and Washington, 32,000 jet fuel leaked into the Maryland waterway. It's the jet fueling station. This happened a couple of months ago. And nobody from your government told you. And the waterways from the Joint Base Andrew Pentagon refused to inform the people that y'all had a leak. Your waterways was toxic. 32,000 gallons of oil fuel leaked into the Maryland water. Now, this is what's getting me. Now, you got that leakage, and they didn't tell y'all about it, and it's done been a couple of months ago, and evidently, I don't know if somebody done got sick, I don't know. Now, they done tore down that old ballroom and building this new stuff. They dumped all the old stuff from that wing of the White House that they tore down to build this new structure. And it had lead paint and asbestos, and they letting it sit out in a football field uncovered. That's getting in the air. Those things can cause cancer. See, I hate to say killing me softly, but that's really what's going on. And the sad thing about it is, it's so much going on right now that the people that is supposed to be protecting us from all these viruses, you got Marjorie, Trader Joe, going around telling people if you take vitamin D and if you take this and this and that, she ain't even no doctor, that it will help with the hantavirus. Baby, they let people off that boat. Now you got an airline stewardess that's been hospitalized from the people that got on the plane on their way home. And it wasn't just landing in Georgia. You had people on that boat from Arkansas. They said it. You had people on that boat from Virginia, from Georgia. And we've got 2 or 3 people here that's quarantined. But the point of the matter is they had to fly. 23 people got off that ship. And now we got some issues going on. So this is soft enough for me to mash. I'm going to take these little potatoes out. I'm going to see how this works. You never know. It might be. I know what it is. It's a substitute. It's a starch. So it's a substitute. We'll see. But if I don't like it, I won't never try this again. I'll tell you that. Because I don't want to waste nothing. You know how we love to say I ain't got the money to do this and that. I just don't want to waste nothing and have to start all over. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is now turn this out. Oh, it feels so good. This is so good. I think what we all need, I'm going to order this machine off of TikTok. And you can put whatever you want to it. Air freshener, if you got cats, dogs. But it's going to purify the air and make it smell good. You drop your favorite fabric softeners in there. Anything, the oil things you get from the store you plug in. And when you turn it on, it bubbles. Just like this is good for your pores. Being over this right now is good for your sinus. Lock it in. And it's good for your pores. That's why people love to go get in the sauna. Helps you breathe. Because evidently they after our lungs. They are trying their best to depopulate. To get us out of here. Because we can't take care of ourselves by ourselves. Alright? So I'm going to turn this off. Because I'm going to have to do some rice. I'm going to mash this up while it's hot. But, man, I got so much to talk about. Where do I begin? I forget which one of these work the best. Sometimes this thing don't work. Let's see if it'll work today. No, I'll be done. Put a hole in something. I use this one. We got so much to talk about. I like this little thing. I found it at a store. You see how it grabs the stuff? Look. Watch it. And it's good to stir your stuff up. You can let it and release it. Well, I guess it'll release in a minute. Or I'll release it one. But anyway. But I know you can make it big or small. See? So we'll see how this do. I got it mashed up. I put a little salt and pepper on here. I put some salt in them already. Found a little gadget. But let's go on and keep talking, y'all, before I go back to TikTok. Because I got to go back over there. Even while I cook, I'm going to be on here and TikTok. All right. I just want to I'm going to prep first before I go to TikTok. All right. Because what I want to do is try to incorporate this potato. But what it is that if you, what I gather is, if you run out of, I don't like the way this oven be sounding. If you run out of an egg or flour or something like that, you can use that potato as a starch. That's all it is. And it'll bind, it's going to bind that stuff together. It's going to bind the, I got to go over here and get the rest of my stuff. So let me finish talking to y'all on this before I forget what I'm talking about. And then that way we can get all our stuff together to cook. Because I got a whole list of stuff to talk about. Right? If you've been watching the news, you know that hantavirus done left that ship that was still supposedly out. America shouldn't have never let that ship port. They shouldn't have never let people off. They did the same thing. And I don't understand, folks. When you're on a cruise ship and they got your food and they telling you it's still enough food on there, you got somewhere to sleep until it gets so bad that they have to tell you, you got to get off the ship. They even got a couple of doctors that's on the ship that's sick. They got several people still fighting for their lives. Like that first man that got off the ship and he went home to his wife. And now his wife, hey baby Z. And now his wife is in the hospital. He died. And so, and then you had a couple that passed away. So you've got now 4 recorded deaths and 8 cases of this. 2 people in Georgia. You got them in Kentucky and you got them in Arkansas and Texas is what I saw. Now you got jet fuel that has leaked into the Maryland waterways. That means whatever you do with your Maryland waterways, whatever y'all do with that waterways, it said that it could affect the people in Delaware, New York, as well as the DMV. Now, what I understand the DMV is Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. I feel like we get on these ships and we want to go all these places. And America is being laughed at. Nobody is scared of us and nobody wants to help us. And the reason why our great leader decided to do away with his little freedom project, because Saudi Arabia said they was not going to let us use their military bases because they didn't want to be in a war with Iran and Russia and China. So they said no. And so America had nowhere to port, nowhere to put their stuff, and nowhere to go. Because people don't want to get in an unnecessary war. That's not our war, it's Russia. They know what 45 should have stepped. Well, I got to get into that part. He's not going to step and control no virus because he already done cut $2 billion from healthcare. Yes. $2 billion, which is the medicine that help people that's got HIV and AIDS, which is to help with all different type of airborne or different viruses that we get. He just pulled $2 billion and closing up departments where it pertains to the health departments. And not your local health department, but health, under the umbrella of health and protection. Listen, he's worried because gas is not going to go down before November. Listen, y'all. Marjorie is lying. She still want to be relevant. They not studying her. Peg Bundy's sister won't testify. They done opened up Alcatraz the same way it was closed down with all that lead paint and asbestos. They are putting people in there. They are building a facility in Louisiana on ground that's got contaminated water. They also closed down the Department of Investigation where it pertains to abuse from Ice Baby. We slowly going into captivity. I don't know if y'all know that they want to fire Jimmy Kimmel for a little joke that he made about the age difference. One man is not doing this by himself. He has a Supreme Court that sees things like he do and a Congress. They are redistricting. Y'all might as well say they done away with that second part of the voting rights where it pertains to black people. April the 29th, they did away with it, baby. Yeah. They can redistrict as it deems necessary. Too many black people in that district, they gonna rezone you. You know why? Do you use your... Not yet. Honey, it's this weekend. Let it be low and brow. You know, mama can't handle that every day now. Papa can't come see mama every day. Mama be hurting when she get through dealing with Papa. Because Big Papa is strong and mighty. And he forget mama got lockdown issues. It feel good when you getting stretched out. Why y'all get me on that? I hope Gary ain't on him. It feel good when daddy be stretching. I be like, oh, yeah, that finger, my baby. But the next day, I be like, Tales from the Crypt. Dun, 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 tap, tap, dun, 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 tap, dun, dun, dun. So I can do that. Tap, tap, tap. Remember I used to, Thriller. So y'all do that to me with that Victoria's Secret. Wind it back. I can't remember what I was talking about. Hey, Pepper. But we're getting in captivity, right? It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. They got 4 new Supreme Court people coming up. And they, if you don't understand this, he is redistricting us so that he can get all these congressmen in these states that have seats. He don't want no black vote. He don't want us in that Congress to know what's going on. Do y'all understand that? Do my older people understand what the redistricting? Alabama is doing it. Mississippi is doing it. Georgia. We ain't said nothing yet. Tennessee. Louisiana. Anywhere there is someone that is representing and black, they don't want to have us in Congress. This is something to eliminate a race without saying it. Yeah. They're doing it in a sneaky way. Yeah, Tennessee is on board, honey. You late. Tennessee, all of them. They trying to get those seats. So in other words, when they rezone you, you can't, when they rezone you, how you going to have a seat and that district is no longer in existence? You can't. Unless you move into the area that they just rezoned and get on, or you own somebody give you an insight. They don't want us to have no political power. That's what that vote is about. I told y'all last year that they were going to start breaking down the civil rights as it was put together piece by piece. It wasn't put together as one thing. It was broken down. You had Thurgood Marshall doing a part of it. You had Robert Kennedy doing a part of it. You had Lyndon B. Johnson doing a part of it. And then you had JFK saying, let's bring these different things together. Itemize them separately and yet make them 1964 civil rights. However, in November of 1963, they said, take that white man out. He is for black people too much. And if you're not a yes man, you cannot stay in this cabinet with this leader. You got to be a yes person. If you're not a yes person, he gonna get rid of you after he get dirt on you. So he's slowly taking power from black people to be able to vote. You know, these things happen down through the years. And they're not ashamed. Let me tell you something. There's a town called Louisville, Georgia. Black History Moment. Because when I get ready to cook on TikTok, I'm not going to talk about it. They didn't open me up today. Y'all know why. I could end this live and hopefully start over, but I'm not going to today. My body hurts and I don't feel like it. There's a town called Louisville, Georgia, in Jefferson County. Y'all, it was supposed to be, it really was the first capital of Georgia. But y'all, this town, found in the 1700s, had a big area downtown for auctioning off slaves, tearing families apart. You won't believe it. It's still up today. It's still there today. You can go and you can see the veil. You can see where they had the people. Let me show you so you know what I say is true. It's still up. It's up. It's up. I want to play a little, show it to you. I'm on down. Let me turn this down. I'm going to see if I can play this for you. And I'm going to show you the picture. Listen, y'all. This right here is still up today. This is still up today. Hold on. Look, let me let you see it. I won't play her volume, but I'll play this. That is where they auctioned off slaves. The bail. Who in your right mind want to go sit under this and eat? And they have it in the center of their town. The center. The middle area of the downtown. This is in Louisville, Georgia. And it's still up. Any black person going downtown, Louisville, not Louisville, Kentucky, but Georgia, in Jefferson County, they got to look at this. They got to look at this. The veil is still there. They got a covering thing still there. Some people don't have no shame in their game. None whatsoever. And I probably can find a better one than that to show you the whole picture. And I thought, this is sad. This is sad. Let me turn y'all back around. Let me see if I can find another one. I want you to see the full view of it. This is sad. This is why I tell people right now, be careful where you go. Be careful, where you be sitting around here saying you want to go visit. Be careful where you lay your head. There's so many stories, so much stuff. And I'm bringing this up today because black people have lost everything from all those resorts that you see in Savannah, Georgia. All of that kind of stuff that you see, those belong to slaves. And they kicked us out. The marketplace. Let me turn this around for you. You got to be careful where you lay your head. It get on my nerves sometimes with us. We want to go everywhere. I don't even want to be on the ship. When I be on the ship, I be thinking, look at it. There it is right there. That's where they traded slaves. And it's still up. And it's a reminder. And they got the writing. They got the writing, y'all. This is in the heart of town. I'm not going to play it. This is in Louisville, Georgia. This is a constant reminder. You know what? of what was done to our people. There's a veil under there. Look, 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 look. The writing down there. Look. Right in the heart of the downtown. And you got to constantly be reminded of this. I wouldn't even want to live there. It's bad enough. I just wouldn't want to live there. I think about all the different places that we had. The Gully Geechees. Man, when I went to, and this is just on the Georgia side, but even on Savannah, when I went to Hilton Head and I was going on a tour, and I was looking at how where we were staying, and when you went around the corner, you could see where the black people were staying, and it was run down, kind of like how Pooler, Georgia is compared to Savannah, and you know, Tybee Island and St. Simon. All this is on the Georgia side. I'm talking about, you know, Pembroke, Ella Bell Creek, Pembroke, Savannah, St. Simon Island, Tybee Island. You know, Jackson Park, Bryan County. That's where those are. Gully Geechees, Richmond Hill. How we owned all of that. How they ran water over the graves. How there were still grave markers there. How when we didn't move quick enough, they come and they took our stuff, eminent domain. We got to get ourselves together. Because I told you, God told me we would not be slaves. He said, but we would be in captivity. And that's where we headed. We're headed into captivity because of disobedience. Listen, I was telling them today on TikTok, I've never seen why it bothered us, especially people of color, so much. You got to find a negative in everybody. It bothers you because I'm fat. You can't see the kind heart in me because I'm fat. It'll bother you if my marriage going through something. You'll get mad if I choose to work my marriage out. It wasn't between you and him. It was between him and I. It bothers us when people choose to discipline their kids the way they want to, or to raise them the way they want to, because if the child go to prison, you gonna do each day with them. When I was on TikTok, I called my son and I told my son, you better show up for Mother's Day. It makes no sense that you do all these things for your kids and Mother's Day come, they can't honor you. They can't push no side to take you out to eat. They can't go buy you nothing. You don't have no plans. If you have children, the plans should be that my children are planning something for me. That's it. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You got plans. Because, baby, if you can't do nothing for me, I'm about to pull back from doing so much for you. And I'm going to tell you, y'all might think I'm lying. But you can ask Willie. I don't play with mine. Mess around and treat me like you don't know that I've been a mother to you all year, and this one day coming, and I'm going to treat you just like I ain't had no kids. I promise you that. I don't play that. You could have skipped my birthday, but you are not going to skip Mother's Day. Oh, no. If you going to act like you can't acknowledge me, No. See, y'all don't understand how the Bible is instructed. Bump what man touched. Just let all that go. Because whatever man touch, he can change, like Jean said. Bump all that. Bump all of it. I don't care how you believe. You got to believe in something. A higher being. A higher power greater than you are. You go back and read that Bible and not what your pastor told you. It lets you know that there were other people in this world other than Adam and Eve. It tells you that. From which all God's people came. There was an evil presence on the earth because God kicked the devil. Don't do it and see you, egg sucker. I'm talking to my son. God kicked the devil, like my son, and a third of his angels out. Where was they at? When he kicked the third the devil and a third of the angels, they came to earth. And that's why it clearly tells you that he's the prince of darkness. The next thing it tells you is that those angels slept with humans and created giants in the land. Even when you realize when Moses was traveling and when Caleb and Joshua went to spy out the land, he said, there are giants in the land. And when Noah built the ark, he was instructed not to let them be on it. You can put anything on that ark, but don't put the Nephilims on this ark. Don't put that evil spirit that did something that I told them not to do, which was no human should be mating with no spiritual being like that. So we got to get that in our heads. Because if you don't, you got other religions that'll come and tell you, well, why in the world, when Cain got kicked out the Garden of Eden, he said, and he did say it. Cain said, they will kill me. And God said, I'm going to put a mark on your head so they'll know where you belong. The garden was an experiment to see if we would what? Worship God. What is worship? What did I tell y'all worship meant yesterday? Anybody want to answer? What did I tell you worship meant yesterday? If you don't know it, I'm going to tell you. Just say I don't know it. Talk back to me. Thank you for the stars, Gary. Somebody better say something before I keep moving now. You know how I am. I'm a stickler over here. Because we do talk back. I might need to start this live over is what I'm going to do. And get the right people in here. Because I ain't going to sit here and talk to myself. One thing I'm not going to do today is waste time. My body hurts so bad, I'm not going to waste no time. Thank you. Thank you, Ricky Gray. It is to obey. The terminology, worship means obedience. It means to obey. We had one thing to do in the Garden of Eden, which was obey the rule, which was not to eat from the tree of what? Knowledge, good and evil. And we what? Disobeyed. And because we disobeyed, what happened? We got to die. And what else happened? Jesus had to come. If you believe that way. But worship, we were created to be obedient to him. Not this. That's not worship. That's praise. He tells us the difference. Praise and obedience. Praise and worship. Praise and obedience. Praise, oh Lord, we bless your name. And, oh Lord, we give you praise. And we lift our voices to say thank you for your goodness and your mercy toward us. That's praise. But worship is walking in obedience to him, to his will, to his commandments. I'm just trying to help us out today. Hey, Vicky, I'm so mad I didn't know that you did balloons and I could have used you on some of my stuff. You know, I feel like right now I'm going to not try to do nothing. I'm not going to try to have a women's retreat because can't nobody afford it. Gas is high, food is high, and people, money ain't changed. Knowledge, and we didn't listen, and now we have to die. But he sent Jesus. We still have a chance to see him. We do. But the point of the matter is we were created to worship him. Out of all the things he did, we were created to worship him. If the sea worshiped him, when he said, be still, the sea obeyed, didn't it? Did it not? When God told them lions, You're not going to eat Daniel. They were obedient and they became pillows for him to sleep on. Did he not? You praise him, but when you get through praising him, you got to learn how to walk in obedience. See, I come out to church where if God put you in my spirit, I'm going to go do what God told me to do. If God say go over there and bless the hand of Tanya, we would squeeze money up in our hand like a rag. And I didn't open my mouth and I walked past her and give her a hug and put it in her hand. I said, don't open it till I leave. God told me to do this. And you start saying, you, sister, I don't know what this is, but God told me to. You might not even know what's coming your way. Next week, Tanya may have to be off of her job for 2 days. And the money I gave her is what her check will be short from. Baby, I'm trying to help you. That's why they hold you back. They ain't going to hold you back and keep shadow banning you if they don't review what you're saying and it's factual. See, we have to come and realize that's the purpose in us. I don't care if you do it or not. It ain't going to die. I'll be talking on it. I'm not going to tell you which Bible verses I'm coming out on the 31st. But I'll tell you this much. That is what's in you that shall not die. You can't kick it out. You can't get rid of it. You can't yard sell it. You can go believe in everything you want to believe. But the one that breathed in your nostrils and you became a living soul put something in you to let you know your only purpose of being here was to obey me. Now, whether you choose to or not, you're a free agent. But you was created to worship me. And those that worship, those that obey, you got to do it in spirit and in truth. Change the word. Those that's going to serve me, those that's going to praise me with clean hands, you got to do it in spirit and truth. That's why he tearing down these churches. That's why judgment going to begin in the household of faith. A lot of us been hurt in the church as we attempt to do God's work by people who call themselves saints. What kind of person can you be to just keep standing there knowing you need to remove yourself for the things that you have done? My sister said something to me I thought was crazy because I don't speak at no church. And she said, well, make sure when you get in the pulpit speaking that you don't get up there and throw no rocks. That's sad to say that somebody got that on their mind. However, when we go to church, we see preachers throw shade. We see people throw rocks and we think it's okay because he's a man of God. I told y'all it wasn't okay. But because she go to this Church of God in Christ in Atlanta and she probably gets to witness it a lot. Y'all remember when Jamal Bryant's wife wore that dress? These preachers getting up there in the pulpit speaking on it instead of staying in the word. You are not supposed to do nothing but stay in that pulpit and stand in the word. Bump what his wife got on. It ain't your wife. Why what happens to other people bother you so much when it don't affect you? What I eat don't make you boo-boo. Who I sleep with, unless you're sleeping with him too, it's not going, you ain't going to feel it. You don't know what it felt like when I chose to surrender from God because I had to surrender. And I had to surrender to me. I ain't got to tell you what all my sins was. You can't forgive me. I didn't do it with you. I'm not standing in front of no church and call out I was a whore. I gave my cookies up. I was a prostitute. I used to sell. I used to do this. I ain't finna do that. Why? Why? Ain't that what Michael Jackson said? Why? Da 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 da. Why? Why would I do it? You don't have a heaven and a hell to put me in. You gonna judge me till I leave the church. You gonna go around and tell everybody in the church, you know, she used to be a hoe. She used to sell her stuff on foot and Dutch. Which I never was one. But I remember this lady came to our church and that was her testimony. high position, supervisor. And what did I hear whispers of later after that lady left? I don't want to sit around me and my man. That's why you can't tell everything. That's why you have to have wisdom. They up there and ahhing because you opened your mouth and chose to say something that wasn't necessary. Ain't no praise in it. Let me tell you something I found out. You don't have to. When was it not in the Bible? When the man kept asking Jesus who you are, and Jesus said, "Who do you say I am?" He didn't ever go back and tell them, "I'm the son of a carpenter, and I did this and that, and I was preaching at 13, and I was running in and out the synagogue, turning the tables up." He said, "Who do you say I am?" Bump my past. Bump what I can tell you I am. I want a feeling out for you. Who you say I am? And he said, some say you this, and some say you that. He said, but who am I to you? Who you say I am to you though? I don't care what. I don't care. Me and Pretty Kiki started out on the wrong path because she was on another page. Now, Kiki, who am I to you? Who do you say I am? Some of y'all came off some messy pages that tried to scandalize my name. Now they want to come and go through people and say they're sorry. No, I don't receive it. Let that forgiveness be for you. Because as big as your dirt, as big as what you did, you should have got your butt over here yourself. Who you say I am? I'm not getting caught up in nobody's mess. I don't care. Who you say I am? Forgiveness is not for the person. It's for you. Forgive yourself because they may not forgive you. If you got an out, you go to that person. Since you didn't come to the person, the forgiveness is for you. And all you're getting, you get an understanding. And I'm not going to get caught up in nobody's stuff. I don't care enough. Because when you was doing it, and you could go to sleep good at night. Stevie Wonder said, you grow up and learn that kind of thing ain't right, but while you was doing it, it surely fell out of sight. You got to know when to tell your testimony. People will hold your testimony over you and you've been delivered and you've been set free. But I promise you, if you give a testimony in a church and they ain't right, they gonna run it. Oh, I'm gonna make this kitchen smell good today. We eating breakfast. They gonna run it. They gonna run it. We gonna eat breakfast early because I don't keep my kitchen late. And I got stuff. I bake more cake. I'll come over here and show it to y'all because I got to get this flour. You got to be careful. See, we get hurt by trusting man. You got to trust God. You got to trust the one that'll never fail you. You got to trust the God. Let me tell you something. Man is subject to fail you, and they will fail you. It ain't no surprise. Ain't nobody mad at nobody. Ain't nobody upset. But it's the nature of man. Man has a nature about it himself. And listen to me, Miss Rosalind. It's okay. It's our nature. It's our nature. People let folks down. It's the nature. Some people don't even know how to be givers. If you understood the concept that the Lord said it's best to give than to receive, you would understand that a person that gives all the time, you may not understand it and give them nothing, but they put seed in the ground for a time when they needed it because they planted. Do you know how many people, your family, your uncle wouldn't do it. Now tell the truth. Some of y'all got kids that you know went pro. And you talked about that mama and how she had too many kids and how them kids didn't have nothing. And when the mama didn't come to church and they sent their kids, now the kid done went pro. And guess who reaping the benefits of it? A white man or a white woman that reached down and helped that black woman and helped mentor them kids. That's why they come back and bless them. It was a black guy that lived in this community. His mama and his dad was on drugs. And he could play. He could play very good. And he went pro. He played for Miami Dolphins. And and when he played for years. I mean years. So guess what, Miss Gary? He gonna get money. He played for years. He retired. So that ought to tell you how he living. He went on and married a girl. And he had kids. And of course the people that took care of him and helped him, they were they owned a pet hospital. See, my husband took that cake to work. They owned a pet hospital. And when he became rich, he went back to see if he could do something for him. And they said, we don't need your money. But he had a plethora of money and things to gift them and do for them. Because when nobody else would reach down in the family and help the mama and buy cleats and shoes, it was white people that did it. That happens a lot. What's the name of that movie where the black boy could play football real good and the white family took care of him? And then he ended up taking them to court for some abuse, some more stuff that they did wrong. But the moral of my story is that you look at your stuff today and you don't know, you're a receiver and you don't sow into nobody, whether they're going to become something or not. So when it's time to gift, the same thing. What's that boxer name I like? Clarissa. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Clarissa. Yeah, that movie Blindside. She had her first cousin's kid and was raising him. Clarissa Shields won $8 million boxing and became a millionaire. And the kid that Clarissa had for 3 years, her cousin called the police and said, I'm calling them and telling them you took my kid. Clarissa said she bought her a car. She bought family members and gave them stuff. And it wasn't enough. You know why it wasn't enough? Because they wanted it all. They felt the same way with that rapper and her sister. They felt entitled to that girl's career and her money. Even that girl, that rapper, I can't think of her name, her sister, she felt entitled to her sister's money because she said we used to sleep in the same bed. Gorilla's sister dogged her out so bad, I felt so sorry for her. She said, well, why am I not entitled to it? She said, we used to sleep in the same bed. We used to both smell like pee. Baby, she done gave you money. And she went and exposed all her sister's business because her sister did not give her the $2,000 that she asked for. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's your own that hurt you. While they be telling you, look out for her. I don't trust Mama Tracy. I don't need you to trust me. You go about your business. And you can have a tablet to tell you what to do. You go and have the most, and I mean the most amazing day. Because the ones that be telling you to look out for folks is the ones you really can't trust. Mess around and they won't help you do nothing. But I bet you if you mess around and die, it won't be Tracy coming to get nothing from you. You'll fight over stuff with your family. Family won't come see about mama, but they'll fight over everything mama got. Everything. Sisters and brothers won't come see about each other. Mess around. They'll fight over everything you got. That was my brother. I'm entitled to it. Why? You didn't do nothing for him. Why you entitled? That's my sister, okay? I'm glad. So do y'all understand what I'm getting at this morning? We got to get it together. Because everything right now, we finna go in captivity. And I don't care if you like it and you don't believe it, and you may not want nobody to live with you, but it's going to take it to make it. It just is. It's going to take it to make it. And when God showed it to me, I didn't like it. I didn't like what I see. I didn't even want to tell y'all that day on the porch. I didn't want to tell y'all. I didn't want to tell y'all. But it's coming to pass. They locking down everything with black people. They taking our voters. They doing voter suppression. They redistricting so they don't have to have no black people in the Senate. They're doing it. I don't know what you're waiting on. They already done started it. I'm going to find that scripture for y'all. I'm sorry I get to turn around, but I had to do this rise real quick. I'm going to put me on some rise. Like that song say, I already started out to find a better home. I'm going where no sickness and no sorrow from this mean old world I come. People so mean and wicked in every way, in every race, every race. In every race. They mean, and what get me is people don't mean you no good. Their intentions are not good. They don't mean you no good. None. They don't mean you no good. None. And we can't have no family reunion. And it's sad, if you go on TikTok and you put in funeral fights, people fighting at the funeral. You can't even lay the person in the ground. Yeah, y'all getting a new map in Tennessee. I told them earlier today. Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama has been added along with Louisiana. Y'all get new maps. What scripture? The scripture that said that we were talking about Cain, and he said when he was getting put out the garden for killing his brother, he said, if you put me out, they'll kill me. And he said, I'm going to put a mark so they won't mess with you. We were talking about the proof. We were talking about the proof that there were other people here. We were talking about the proof. And see what y'all don't understand. Y'all thinking, oh yeah, they redistricting. We can't go vote. Yes, you can. You can still go vote. We ain't talking about no regular vote, okay? We're not talking about that. What they doing right now, is they redistricting so that we don't have nobody sitting in your state in no congressional seats. You can't run for a district or jurisdiction that you can't afford to live in. You know, that's the oldest trick. And I'm trying to show you they did it. When they did it, they've been doing it. I mean, they've been doing it. They use eminent domain and would take the black people and slaves' property. They've been doing it. They Lord have mercy. They did it at all these resorts y'all go lay down and cuckoo and hooch and get you some good loving from. They do it at the resorts. Hold on, y'all, let me get my butter. They do it at the resorts. Be right back over there in just a second. I gotta fill this thing up. They do it at our resorts. That used to be slave land. You know the slaves lived near the water. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but the slaves were always near the water. Let me tell y'all one more thing business-wise. I had somebody tell me that some of their stuff can't come in a little smushed. Listen, if you don't want your stuff sent in a pack where it could get smushed, and I apologize for that, listen, you can use a box. You got to pay more for your shipping. Let me get this rice going. You just got to pay more. Yeah, gentrification. They do all of that. They've done it down through the years. Down through the years. I can name places in Atlanta that used to be and was owned by blacks. And it's no longer. Just like you got to be careful where you go. Sometimes you get a feeling, I'm not saying that, now spirits do exist. But I'm not saying you in tune with no slave. But you could sense that once upon a time that place was a wicked place. Like when you go, everybody know, if you from Atlanta, if you take the MARTA station, that's where our slaves were traded. If you take that MARTA station, baby, that's why our slaves was traded. Sometimes you can feel like, oh, I don't want to be over here. Sometimes you can have slaves over there. So, you can still feel a certain type of way. Y'all, I get to cooking and forget I'm supposed to go somewhere else. They started it with Jasmine. And when they realize right now they losing in midterms, come on, we got to go and toast the rest of this rice. Then I'll talk to y'all. Hold on one second. You got to toast it. Let me put my little salt on him. Today we having butter rice. I'm not going to do nothing complex. White rice, but it's going to be good and buttery. Let me use the same bowl. What was I finna show y'all? Oh, I cut up a big chunks of cake last night on TikTok. I don't know how to cook cake. I ain't gonna lie. All y'all pieces gonna be healthy, huh? And if I feel like it ain't healthy enough, I throws in extra anyway. And anybody that bought from me know it. But anyway, what I was telling y'all, if y'all want to, when it comes to business, if you want a box, you can upgrade so that your stuff won't come in, you know, smushed. I apologize to her. Something be a little dry. I mean, I don't mind nobody telling me. Everybody ain't gonna always make the most moist stuff. You know what I'm saying, y'all. Let me get this salt in here. This is butter rice. Y'all ever grew up on butter rice? That's just rice that's loaded with good butter in it. Throughout. Toast that rice. We're gonna add some liquid to it. And yes, it's got salt. I know what y'all gonna say. Ooh, Lord. Well, when you add all this water, I'm not gonna use no I'm using pure water. I'm not using no broth. I gotta make sure that this butter rice is nice and seasoned and salty. Right? And that's what we're doing right now. We're toasting it nice and good, and we're gonna put some water in it. That's just butter and oil. Now with this one, I use margarine because it gives it a better flavor than when I use butter. That's just the truth. I'm keeping it 100 and I'm toasting it right now so that it don't be sticky. And it's going to fluff up. You just can't let this starch. You can steam just this. That's all you're going to have. You got to stick with it and stay to it. You don't have to use a lot of water. You can use a little bit of water at a time. Put your lid on there. Okay, just a little water at a time now. See, it's going to be good and buttery. Put your little water in there. At a time. Just a little bit at a time. Don't go crazy. They barely cover the top of it. Good enough to cover it. Okay? Put your lid on there. See how that butter rolls up? The lid on there. Let it do what it's gonna do. Alright? Now, All right, so back to what I forgot what I was saying, but it was just evident, you know, that it was somebody else's. So look, y'all, I got one person that I'm trying to work on her order, but I've been baking. And let me turn it around. What you say, Willie? Boy, what? What, Willie? Boy, what? What happened? What? And I went, look how thick this is. Look. It was so thick I couldn't put it in the thing. I had to use press and seal. That's how thick. This is fresh. I just made it. And I cut them up. I got up here and over here. Don't look at my little bluebell because you know, woo-hoo. I got some in there and over there. I had to do some more. And I got to redo an order with, I'm getting ready to do, Satoya's order over. She's getting 12 cheesecake brownies because, again, I told her to call her post office because they never sent it back to me. I don't know if they stole it. I don't know if the postal worker stole it because it never went back to the post office. I checked and it never went back to the post office. David's went back to the post office. Yes, slaves live near the water. If you go pay attention, even that documentary on I don't know what it's on no more, but I watched it. I think it was on either HBO or Showtime. Silver Creek, Silver Road. And it was about black people that lived on Silver Road in South Carolina and how they took those black people's land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna have to make some more of these. 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I got enough to make her a dozen. If not, I'm gonna give her 11. Come on, one more. 13, 14, 15. I'm going to send them again. And I'm going to give her sweet potato pie. And I'm going to fill it up again. Silver Dollar Road. This is me doing an order all over again. And if she don't get it this time, I don't have to redo it. Because I'm going to go off of the address she gave me. And on top of that, they never did. They never even returned it back to the post office, child. Somebody got this stuff and enjoying it. And I'm giving her more than what she ordered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'm giving her 2 sweet potato pies. Now, I loaded her up again. If she don't get these, I done right. I don't care what nobody say. It's my business. If the post office grab hold to this set or all of this, I can't keep doing something that'll run me out of business. Let me go turn this rice down. I got it a little too high, I think. Let's go turn it down and let me plug this in. I believe in doing right. And I appreciate people using me. But if I told her if she do get it, the brownies would be okay. Because you can leave brownies sitting out. You know, you can leave them out for a week. The brownies would be okay. But I told her if I gave you anything else, just get rid of it. You know, just like my cake sat out for a week. So that's fine. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm going to let y'all see this. I'm going to turn it down some. With the water that I put in there. It's cooking good. This is going to be some good butter white rice with salmon and biscuits and eggs. And I'm going to put some bacon on for my husband. Because it'll be time. I'm telling you, my husband get home early. Let me turn this around. So, what else I need now? Oh, the stuff to make the salmon and the biscuits. I'm gonna need shortening. We're gonna have to drain the water off of the salmon. And I'm gonna make some homemade biscuits. Turn your fire down. I did. I turned it down. Hey, Pre. Hey, Pre. Oh, yeah. Listen, Jermaine do cruises. So, he put up his birthday cruise. It's going to be his meet and greet. I thought this one he was doing in June was, but he got a birthday meet and greet. For all y'all that like to go on cruises, the Pre will be cruising the 18th through the 26th for his birthday. The 18th through the 26th for his birthday. So if y'all want to go cruise and have some fun, and somebody that'll have a lot of patience with you, he will. If you older, Pre will take care of you. Even if you young. But older people, he will guide you through the airport and everything if you need him. But come on now. If you don't need him, don't worry him. One can of salmon will be enough because this will make a lot. My mama used to take 1 can of salmon and she used to make 12 little patties. So I'm only going to use one. Ooh, we just strong. I'm only going to use one. And I'm using double Q. If you got any interest, I don't know if I shared it or not. But if not, I'm going to share it on my page. If you want to go on a cruise and cruise with Pre, he got a new name. He calls himself Pee-wee. But you know, we call him Pre, the Pre-show. If you want to cruise with him, honey, you're going to have a good time. He going to take good care of you. Him and I think he got other content creators on there. I know Dr. J is going. What did you say? Have you ever tried using better salt, pink salt? Well, it don't matter. No, I don't do it all the time, but it go good with my salmon. We will be on the brand new ship carnival called Festival. You're going to ride the Festival. And he knows about it. He's a diamond person. So, please, I'm not going nowhere this year. Looks like Calvin didn't even book our trip. He don't want to go nowhere, so we ain't going to force it. We're going to leave it alone. That's how I feel. I never heard of salmon until I met my husband. You was raised on mackerel. Yeah, the cousin of salmon. Everything's so high now. Everything is so high. Let me tell y'all something. Shoot. Everything's so high. I'm not messing up my kitchen today. So, trust me when I tell you I'm not. Need more water. It's gonna taste good though. It's not salty at all. Tastes real good. I'm turning it up again a little bit. Yeah, he'll do good. He'll take care of you. So what we're gonna do now is take this salmon and pour it in this can. Out this can and pour it into this bowl. And we're gonna put some gloves on so we can take all those you know, whatever you're gonna take off of it. You can crush it up. You don't have to break it open, but I break mine open. And I got to get ready to open up my other page and start on here. You supposed to give me your credit card so I book you. Know what? Cancel TikTok till I get you on the phone. No. That's one thing you ain't gonna do. You ain't gonna put it on me. Me and Willie already talked about it. You told me and Willie you was gonna do a Zoom. And I told you when you want the credit card, just let me know. You already know it. Don't do it. It ain't gonna work this time. It ain't on me this time. Willie, tell the truth. It ain't on me this time, Calvin. I'm sorry. You can crush the bones up if you want to. I make sure I take some of mine out still. I don't know. I always have done it. Sorry, Calvin. Not this time. Not this time. No, not this time. And Willie know I am telling the truth on this one. Because he and I done talked about it. So don't do it, Calvin. Just stay in your corner. Try another time. We're going to give you a little leniency. Because we know you done been through some stuff. But this ain't my fault, Calvin. Since you gonna put it all out there for the general public, nope, it's not my fault. I want to hear nothing about my credit card. You ain't call and get the number. When Pre used to book our stuff, Pre called and got the number instantly. He said, "Auntie, give me a card number." I said, "Here you go. Find somebody else to play with." Y'all, we going through so much. If you in New York, y'all need to look into it. If you're in Detroit, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, Washington, the Maryland waterways have been contaminated with 3,200 gallons of fuel. And guess what? Your government, the Pentagon, didn't tell y'all nothing. Deacon Kevin, you said you was going to do the Zoom for us. I think you're sleeping today. And I don't know why Willie's sitting silent. But if y'all gonna be silent, then I'm gonna act like you ain't never. I ain't talked to neither one of y'all too. You gonna make me look bad and make me stand in no island by myself. Willie was on the phone with me. You know how Willie throw his rock and hide his hand. He was on the phone. And he done heard me tell you so many times to get that card. So since he don't want to take up for me, I'm gonna take up for myself. I know I told you to. Okay, y'all, I got this one salmon smushed up real good. I only needed one glove, so I'm going to throw one glove away. And I'm getting ready to go over here on TikTok. Y'all can stay on if y'all want to, and I'm finna cook. I'm finna start getting things together because it'll be time for Avery to come home before you know it. Mother, I told you, you know what I'm calling you today. Okay, call me today. It ain't me. You call me today. I'm finna go cook on TikTok. Tonight I ought to be off because I'm gonna do it early. And I'm not staying up late because my body hurt. Anybody want to place an order, let me know. That's why I'm the favorite nephew. Say what? I know I'm working. Now you ain't working. You got something in your ear. You heard me. Okay, let me tell you what's going on. In Delaware, in New York, mostly Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, there was 32 gallons of fuel spilled over. It spilled over. I was telling Deacon Calvin that he said he was going to call me for that credit card. And I said, you my witness, because you was on the phone. And they didn't tell y'all. Now, what does the Maryland waterways consist of? I don't know. Yeah, it was reported this morning. You have to go over to international news. A lot of stuff they keep from us. Just like they keep making a joke. Just like that freedom thing. He's saying that he's going to hold ceasefire. And he's going to hold his freedom thing and try to work with Iran. No. He is going to have to work with them. Because Saudi Arabia is kicked us off their military bases. He don't have no choice. I was. Oh, you wasn't on the phone? It wasn't me, you, and Deacon Calvin? Never mind. Y'all don't need my credit card. Y'all good. Because I know I ain't crazy. Yeah, Pre. You was the favorite one to book stuff, Pre. You really was. I know I ain't crazy. Willie, me and you just talked about it yesterday. When is Calvin gonna get the credit card? When is he gonna do the Zoom? When I was on the phone? Okay. Yep, you sure was, sir. You was right on the phone with me, you, and Calvin. Yes, sir. We talked for a couple of hours. And all of a sudden we forget Calvin picked the place. I didn't pick it. I said, I'm just going to go wherever y'all send me. How soon we forget. Lord, help us to hold out. Lord, help me to hold out. Lord. Y'all remember that song? Help me to hold out. Lord, help me to hold out until my change has come. Yeah, they was there. He was there too, y'all. Don't pay him no mind. We was all on the phone together. What'd you say? I know you lying. I do need your credit card, Mother. Do I need to call that other line? No, because y'all lying on me. Y'all lying. Y'all egg sucking dogs. No, I'm good. Call Free. I'll give it to him. And he'll give it to you. Call Free, Calvin. And I'll get a card number to Free. Free will take care of it. Just tell him where we going. Listen, Mama Audrey, there was 32 gallons of fuel that fell in the Maryland waterways. And the Pentagon, the Jefferson Pentagon, did not choose to share it. Now, keep in mind, this done happened almost 2 months ago. Y'all better be careful, because we really don't know what's going on right now. Y'all better be very careful, because we truly don't know what's going on. I said, Auntie, I was. That's right, Willie was there. See, Willie will tell the truth. Calvin don't tell no truth, no coming or going. I'm telling y'all, he the sneakiest deacon I know. It's getting there. Slow it down. And let it steam the rest of the way. Yeah, that tastes good. You gotta kind of let it just slow cook and get the steam it out and get that water out. And then I'm finna work on some biscuits. I'm gonna cook them some cheese and eggs. I'm gonna put Edison bacon in the oven. And we eating breakfast tonight. And I'm gonna make some homemade biscuits. And I'm finna hook TikTok up. Y'all got any more questions? Because we don't talk like this over there on TikTok. Any more? Hey, Ruru. Any more questions? I done told y'all over and over. Ruthie, I'm gonna say it. You just coming on. 32,000 gallons of fuel wasted in the Maryland waterway. And it is going to affect Delaware, parts of New York, and the DMV, which is Virginia, Maryland, and Washington. So I'm just warning y'all, please check your stuff. Y'all know once upon a time that happened in Michigan and Flint, and ain't nobody tell them folk nothing. So we depending on government that don't tell us nothing. And you don't believe me? Google it and look it up. They just released it this morning. After they've been covering this up for 2 months. They found out that our Pentagon knew this for 2 months. 2 months. That's good. It's still cooking down. Gas is up. Latanya, take Latanya Sutton stuff down. Thank you. We ain't doing that, baby. Ain't nobody falling for no GoFundMe. You need diapers, you go see that daddy that you got pregnant by. Everybody hurting. No. Nobody's gonna come talk to you in India. No, y'all don't look like America, remember? Y'all part of that BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Bye. I might not like what's going on in America, but you ain't gonna come over here. And y'all sitting up here in our country. And y'all, the Asian people, is ready to wear our butts out. Was it accident? No. It was an accident. It wasn't told to the people. It was an accident that happened 2 months ago. So I don't know what all y'all use the Maryland waterways for, but the people didn't know. Congress is meeting on it. Congress is in meetings on it today. I don't know how it's going. I don't know what all going to happen. But Congress is in a meeting on it today. Let me show y'all this rice. See? This type of rice, it ain't sticky. It's going to fall off the spoon. It's going to be good. I'm going to finish letting it finish steam. Good white rice, like the Chinese people. Go ahead and let it finish steaming on down. Look it up. They may be trying to keep it secret because it's crab season. Definitely don't trust the government. If you eat crabs, you might not want to eat them. I didn't think about that. But you probably more than likely right. I don't know nothing about crabs. I'm so glad we had. Shut up, Deacon Calvin. It's got a tiny little bite. So I'm letting it steam on out with a little heat under it. And then that rice is going to be ready. That rice can sit and I can stir it and it'll be good. I know it. I don't got no fried chicken wings. If I had fried chicken wings, child, that would be so good. So good. And on top of that, you think about it. Fried chicken wings, salmon. And then Eddie I'm finna put his bacon in the oven. Because it's 2:30. Avery get home. She get out of school. She'll be here around 3 something. So I'm just running my mouth. And I'm finna do the biscuits. I can wrap them up. They'll be done. I'm working in order from the hardest thing to the easiest. Listen, we're going to do biscuits. We're going to TikTok. We're going to do salmon. We got rice. And we're going to cook the eggs last. And I ain't turning around yet. I might cook my eggs on the stove. But right now, baby, I'm going to use this top wet. And I got a pure mind. When this get through, I'm going to put this in a container. And use this top wet again. And fry my salmon in it. And I done held y'all on here so long. How long we been on here? I might just do it on one place, an hour and 30 minutes. And that way I can play my music over there. I'm almost at 43K. I only need like 100 people to join me. Let me tell you something. You can feel down. You can feel bad. It's Mother's Day. Don't you let your children slide. I don't care what your children mean to you. Don't you let them slide on Mother's Day. Not on Mother's Day. Y'all take the time and go buy y'all mama a card. Let me tell you, it's a sacrifice. And I had to raise other people's children. I know it. I don't got none. I probably could run to the store real quick and get some. But I don't feel like it. My knees hurt and it's raining. But y'all don't forget y'all mamas. If they still alive, do something for your mama. That's perfect. Hey, Michelle. Please do something for y'all mamas. Don't let those beautiful souls that labored and brought y'all into this world. I'm gonna add a little more butter in him. Don't let them go without. You can fuss and fight. You may not like what your mama say because your mama gonna tell you the truth. But y'all should do something for your mama. You don't have to be rich. Go work in the yard. Go cut her grass. Take her to lunch. Go get her a box of chicken. And say, Mama, I didn't have no money, but happy Mother's Day. Send your kid a reminder. Sometimes they forget. And say, baby, you do know this Sunday is Mother's Day. Don't forget me. I didn't forget you when I kept your kids, when I wiped your butt, when you was growing inside of me. So don't you forget me. Send a little quick reminder, a little precious reminder. Don't forget Mama, my day coming up. Make them honor you. Teach them so they can be better husbands. And teach them so that their kids will be able to do something for them. Let me tell you a true story in my closing. I know a lady, and she would always tell her kids they didn't have to do nothing for her. And so they didn't. Now she older. They ain't never over there doing nothing for her. See, y'all thought I used a lot of salt, but really I didn't. Because you have to add water. Jimmy Jones, thank you for my gift. If you don't teach, I'm going to tell you a true story. And I'm going to be careful with it because it's people that could be watching me. But I promise you, your kids hear everything you say. And if you tell your kids to call your mama for money, if you tell your kids to tell your mama you ain't at home, and if you tell them kids, call grandmama for this, that, and the third, and when you quit dealing with them and you don't need your mama no more, your kids ain't gonna come do nothing for your mama. Forget you. The grandkids won't come. They won't come sit with mama. They won't come sit with granddaddy. Because they realize now we don't have to go over grandmama house. Then they start smelling themselves and they don't want to go to grandmama house. But if you was any kind of mama, you'd be like, you get down there like you take me. Kelby go down there and change my mama sheets. I'm going to go cut my mama hair. She go change my mama sheets. I got Kelby. I got, it's all boys and 2 girls. Armand, Kelby, Caitlin. One of them I don't call my nephew because he's my brother. But if I called him a nephew, it would be Derek, Armand, and Kelby and Raven. They're going to go see about my mom. All the grandkids she got, those, they're going to go see about my mom. Some of them ain't caring nothing about my mama. They don't ever call. They don't never check on her. They don't even ask how she doing. But those are going to go see about my mom. I know. I know you do, Deacon Calvin. I'm just making sure I can get this crunch out of him. This rice have to be a certain way. And Avery, when I make them, Harold and Avery eat the whole pot. They don't even care if they got nothing with it because it tastes that good. It's the butter. You have to use margarine with a little vegetable oil. And then when it's finally done, you have to top it off with butter again. And then give it its final stir when you get ready to serve it. You won't want nothing else but a bowl of rice. Eddie like to put sugar on it. I don't put sugar in it. When he get his, he sprinkle a little sugar. And he be like, that rice so good. It is. But you got to. Because I'm going to tell you, we finna hit a hard time in life as people of color and people with low income. White people too. I'm not isolating them because I keep telling y'all this is about money. And if we ain't gonna work it together, they gonna wear us out. And the same house y'all gonna fight over, y'all need to be having y'all grandmama handle their business right now and do a trust or a will so that y'all don't have to fight over it. It need that last little set, but I still got it going. We'll go to a funeral, and y'all will start fighting over that lady's stuff and wanting to tear her house apart. And y'all will be saying, Grandmama said, if she ever died, I could have this and I could have that. Is it? Oh, I got to remember that. I do your birthday either Saturday or tomorrow, Tanya. Don't let me forget. And we fail to understand how that make grandmama feel. You know, I was telling Ruthie, that is life after 55 as senior citizen. Let me tell you something. Y'all better be glad you got grandmamas and granddaddies that want to save something for y'all. Because they could sell everything they want. No, I didn't use Country Crock. I just used Blue Bonnet. Country Crock is one of the worst butters you can use. And the best butter you can use, I just used it the other day. Every time, I can't never say it. It's not the butter some butters have started adding vegetable oil to it. What is it? Lando Lake has started putting vegetable oil in there, so it ain't good. What's that butter? Tillerhook? That's the best butter. Now I'm finna put some butter on top of this rice. I'm gonna hold all that steam in there. I'm gonna cover it up. Tillerhook. You see how they helped me back today? I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I was gonna share a story, but I'm scared. I might call names. Tillamook. I wish my grandmama was here and I could do things different. If I have what I have, I wish my aunt was here. I could do things different. I want you all to hear me that show up. Holding grudges against people that you say you love don't do you no good. When you don't do enough, those are the people that show out at the funeral. Want to act a fool. Want to look tough and mad. I don't want to share it. I just said I don't want to share it. I'm afraid I say some name. We got to stop and we got to take inventory. Inventory of our family. Don't worry about nobody else's across the street. And inventory of our own lives. I was getting sick, taking a shot to try to lose weight. This body gonna die. I need to still lose weight. Do you have brownie cheesecake? I just bagged up a whole dozen of them. I don't know how many I got left because I'm doing an order over. I'm gonna make some more, but I gotta redo an order over because the post office is still saying is being delivered back to the post office. So I think the postal worker took that girl's stuff. That's what I think. But I told her if they give it to her, keep it. I'm gonna still resend it. But I'm just using some Blue Bonnet. But I'll check and see how many I got. I'm gonna be making some more. If you want to place an order, just let me know and I'll do it. I'm not gonna go out today because my joints are hurting. So that way I get the orders together and I go ship in the morning. Because I don't have to go over to TikTok in the morning. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't go over and do that battle in the morning. I don't go do it in the morning. I'm free on Fridays. Okay, I'm going to be making a fresh set of them. I bake. I be baking over there on TikTok too. My stuff be fresh. It don't have no reason to taste stale because I run out every week. That's one thing I know. I make sure that I bake this stuff fresh. And you might have not saw me, but Willie is my witness. And several other people. I just baked those cakes and that stuff on TikTok. So I don't have no stale stuff. Your stuff might get trampled over. It might go through some changes, but it ain't gonna be old. I had a girl on TikTok telling people I gave her a 1-year-old cake. Here's the word I gave. You didn't pay for it. You didn't give me nothing but a headache over a guy named Telvin. You ain't paid for nothing. That's good. I got a little butter on the end. That's good. Oop, daddy. I'm finna drink me some water. You gonna come, where you live, Tanya Catchings? You gonna come to Georgia to meet me where you live? Hey, Miss Andy Griffin. Yeah, my joints are hurting today. But I gotta keep moving. That's why I'm finna get ready to make these biscuits and get all this stuff together before I go over here to TikTok. Where you live at? Mississippi. You know that lady that wanted that stuff that day? I ain't seen her since we got that stuff to her to Mississippi. She was the one that couldn't send no email. I ain't never heard from her. See, I was blessing people that day and she was on here, but people don't come back with gratitude. They don't come back and tell you if they enjoyed it, if they didn't. They just get stuff and leave. That's why I try to tell people all the time. You got to come back with gratitude. Let me tell you something. I ain't shipping nobody no cake that ain't frozen. It ain't going to do nothing but fall apart. What I look like? The eggs in it. Time I get it out the oven and I let it cool off, I ship you. I'm up here eating rice. Why would I ship you and they throw that box around and that cake ain't solid? I ain't doing it. I know a lot of people don't freeze their stuff and ship it. But they also take a chance that that cake ship. And if the people don't take it and put it in the freezer when they get it, it'll be stale by the time they get ready to use it. So, I don't know what people want. But I just baked some most of, what my other phone? I'm going to look at my emails real quick. I know one girl sent me her money. And I got to take care of her stuff. But today I ain't shipping nobody nothing. My joints hurt. I don't want to be dragging that into the post office. See that? We done lost pop. You see? Yeah, I'm finna get off of here and go cook on TikTok. Because I'm held back over here. Deacon Calvin, you ain't had the meeting with Tiffany or Danielle to see if they gonna come. Hey, Sharon. Boss had told hers up. So listen, y'all, let me get off of here and go. I just want to play my music, so I'm gonna go on TikTok and I'm gonna cook. If you want to come see me cook, y'all done seen me cook so many times, and they holding me back, my page back. So with that being said, I'm gonna go open my views up on TikTok. All right. I love y'all. Email me if you want some baked goods. I will be baking more cheesecake brownies. And I got to fill another lady's order. Email me. See y'all later, honeybees.